It's time for another metal reaction video. And you know what, guys? Ever since last week's video on Lovebites, I've really been digging into this band and I'm really appreciating what they're doing. So we're going to do another Lovebites reaction today. And those of you who drop comments down below have let me know that this band does have some heavier tracks. And one that has been recommended is the track Set the World on Fire. So we're going to be getting into that reaction right now. But first, I just want to let you know a little bit more deeper information about this band that I was unaware of, and people have let me know this info down in the comments. One thing that I definitely didn't know is that the guitar player, Maiku, she's the one who plays the Dean guitar that I mentioned kind of looks like a PRS. She actually writes the majority of their music, and she is a classically trained musician. Originally, she was actually a pianist, so she played the piano long before she ever picked up the guitar, and I definitely see that in a lot of this band's music, is her influence and that classical training coming into play here. And she's also the Dean ambassador in Japan, so helping Dean sell some of those wonderful guitars. I guess there are some pretty nice Deans out there, I have to admit. I've also learned that, yes, in line with what you guys were mentioning down in the comments, this band is much more dynamic than I originally assumed. Since I had only really heard that one track that I reacted to, which is Holy War, I didn't know that the band wasn't really only doing a power metal thing. I kind of thought that they were sticking to more of that power metal feel. And now that I've listened to this band a little bit more, I've realized that this isn't just power metal. There are things in there that will please the thrash metal fan. Even the prog metal fan, I don't think is gonna walk away from this disappointed. It's actually pretty funny. I was listening to some like technical death metal at the gym, and then I was like, man, I guess I'll throw on some Lovebites. It probably won't really work after tech death. Surprisingly, it did. There are some elements of their music. They're just bringing a lot of the things, a lot of the developments that have happened in modern metal, and kind of mixing it together with some of those more old school styles like power metal and thrash metal, and definitely creating an appealing sound. The album that I've been into the most is, of course, their newest album that released in 2020, Electric Pentagram. Big fan of this album. I haven't really checked out their other discography too much, but I bet there is some good stuff back there. Maybe you guys can let me know a few recommendations down in the comments if you feel up for that. So, as I said, this band does have some heavier, faster, more technical elements that really appeal to my personal taste in metal. One thing that they don't ever do is have that growl vocal style of metal, and that's okay. Not every single band needs to do that. A lot of the time it's more power metal style vocals, which I am getting used to. If you do want to get some Japanese metal with some serious growls in there, another band that was recommended, you guys are introducing me to so many cool bands down in the comments. I honestly love it. Unlucky Morpheus is bringing some really more death metal style Japanese metal with some wicked guitar solos and stuff, so you could check that out as well. The other thing that I wanted to talk about in regard to this band, I did mention that I couldn't really make out a lot of the lyrics that she's singing. Now that I listen to it more, I think I'm getting a little bit better at it. It's kind of like with those growl styles, the more that you listen to that style of music, the more that you pick up on it. I obviously understand that English isn't her first language. She's obviously singing with a bit of an accent. It doesn't bother me, obviously. I did want to note, though, that I wouldn't really mind if she just sang in Japanese. There's other Japanese bands that I really like. I'm sure I'm going to butcher their name. Nine Gen Aisu is a band that I listen to, and they just sing in Japanese, and I actually like the experience of going and looking up their lyrics later on and getting a more in-depth understanding of their music. But with all that said, I think it's time to get into the reaction here, so let's do that. All right, here we go. Lovebites, Set the World on Fire, live in 2021. Let's get into it. For metal. 世界に火をつけろ。Set the world on fire! Okay, epic intro here. sticking with the same outfits as last time. Mayaku's got a very different guitar though, going with the much more metal Explorer style Dean here. Coming in with a super thrashy riff, like kind of reminds me of like old school Metallica. Drummer's killing it as usual. Loving the fire and stuff here. Stage show is great. Don't think they had fire before. Yeah, the vocals are suiting this song, I think. Kind of majestic vocals layered over these like really heavy riffs. So friggin' good, man. Asami, I believe, is the singer's name. Hell of a performer, man. I feel like they're getting even more comfortable on stage than the last video. They're doing the backing vocals live. Okay. Liking the structure of this song too, you know? Really chorus heavy up top, but about to bring you some more shreddy sections. Wild, man. Just taking that guitar to school. This is how you play guitar. Some harmonies here. Ridiculous. All right, this is my new favorite band now. Bringing some wah pedal. Not too much wah though. Don't want to always be wah, you know? That was awesome. I'm like getting emotional over here. That was so friggin' good. Honestly, I put out that video, the first video that I did on Lovebites covering Holy War. Mentioned that, you know, I did appreciate the musicianship, the talent on display. Also mentioned that it wasn't necessarily, you know, fitting with my particular taste in metal, and you guys didn't let me go into the darkness alone. You guys supported me. You guys got me through to the other side here. I have to admit that this band actually does have a lot of versatility. As I mentioned, it is more dynamic than I thought. Lovebites here. One thing that I really appreciate about this band is it's just raw talent. They're not, as far as I can tell, like layering a whole bunch of stuff in the studio to create these really impressive tracks that they can't really play live at the end of the day. It seems like pretty much every element of the song is something that they're capable of performing live. The guitar solos are just friggin' wild, man. Like, absolutely next level when you have a band with two incredibly talented guitar players who actually share the stage and share the limelight with each other. That's just something that doesn't come along that often. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Lovebites is a great band. I'd highly recommend checking them out. If, like me, you listened to, you know, one or two of their more popular songs and kind of thought, this isn't really heavy enough for me, I'd say definitely give them another shot. They have a lot of heavier, a lot more intense music than you might think at first. So yeah, Lovebites. Just thank you guys again for introducing me to this band. And that's it for this reaction video. If you enjoy this stuff, well, I try to make videos like this a lot, so I'd highly recommend that you subscribe to the channel. There is some news as well. I have, after 4 years of making YouTube videos, you know, I just started to get a few thousand views on some of my videos. It's pretty exciting. I want to be able to commit more time to this channel. I want to be able to make at least weekly reaction videos, and I want to do reviews and all types of other metal content. The only way that I can really do that, though, is if I have the time and financial resources to achieve that, and that's the reason why I've launched a Patreon. You guys are probably familiar with the concept of Patreon. If you want to donate a little bit to the Metal Nerd channel, click the link in the description, and yeah, sign up for my Patreon. We're going to be bringing a lot of bonus content and things like that to the Patreon, maybe some polls, a lot of community interaction and whatnot. So go ahead and check that out. I just really appreciate you guys watching the channel. Truly appreciate your recommendations down in the comments. So, of course, as always, let me know what I should react to or review next. And yeah, I guess that's it. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.